Power comes from within. But that's the funny thing, Chief, it's always there. To extract it, you need to mine it almost, if you follow the metaphor. Dig it out. Because power comes from what you believe about yourself. What your brain, your subconscious tells yourself about yourself. It's all about respect. And respect is earned, not convinced. Now, you can manifest and lie to yourself. Not saying manifesting is lying, but you can do both these things. And you can tell yourself you're powerful, and you can make yourself believe it. But that's never going to be as good as knowing it. Knowing you are powerful, that doesn't even leave you in the worst of times. What's your perception of yourself, Chief? Do you know what's powerful? Do you know what I think is powerful? Positivity, optimism. Because if you can choose to smile in the face of everything, that is powerful. I'm not saying, I made a video about forcing positivity. That's not what I'm telling you to do. You can smile and be negative. Optimism isn't forcing positivity. It's just looking on the bright side of things. Being optimistic. I could be, for an example, just yesterday, I was at work and it was one of these shifts where all the tables came in at once because the booking system was being slightly stupid. The chefs were having a wee bit of a meltdown. Customers had to wait for their foods. And I detached myself from the situation, but there's two ways to look at that situation. I can either focus on how bad it is, or I can say to myself, well, this is kind of exciting, and this will grow me as a person. This will be experience that will grow me as a person, regardless of how I feel. In the moment, I could feel almost fearful. I could feel like I want to go home, but if I say to myself, regardless of how I feel, this is a positive experience, that's optimism. And that's powerful. Being able to stand in the hardest of situations. And I'm not saying that is the hardest of situations, it was just an example. But any situation, being able to stand in it and say to yourself, this will grow me. Because it inevitably will. If you learn to take value from every situation, from everything life throws at you, the good and bad, that is power. Because your power source is everything. And it may not feel good all the time when you're growing, but that's called growing pains. Power is embracing yourself. I'm at my most confident when I embrace the fact that I'm a weirdo and stop trying to be normal. Because sometimes I'll try and change the way I speak so it can sound more normal, but I like my cadence, I like the way I say things. I even like my accent, even though I think it's a bit overly British. Embrace your weirdness, embrace yourself. You don't have to always like it, but don't try and be inauthentic. You know? Whatever short term. Oh, fucking hell. Going through puberty finally. Whatever short term acceptance you get is going to pale in comparison to the fakeness you will feel and the fakeness of the relationships you will form if you are being fake. Inauthenticity is going to set you up to feeling hollow, but authenticity might push some people away initially, and you shouldn't do it with malice or want to push them away, but if it happens naturally, you must accept it and the complicated feelings that come with that. But it will bring people that are your people closer to your core, and you will feel more whole than you ever have, because people that get you, that understand you, that like you for who you are, that's power. You want to know how to really feel powerful? Show your brain who's boss. Show, if you keep hearing me sniffing, it's hay fever. Recently my hay fever and an illness, like a cold or something, have just tag teamed me. So I was just getting over the cold and then realising I now have hay fever. Let me just grab some water. Thank you for waiting. Hydrate, my G. Also, look, that's my nails like that because a pen exploded on me. It's really going my way today. No, I'm not going to cut out me drinking water. If your attention span is that low, that says more about you, my G. Okay. What was I saying? Maybe I should have cut that out because now I can actually. Showing your brain who's boss. For example, you are tired. Your brain's telling you you're not going to be able to function well today, you haven't slept well. But you tell your brain, even though you don't feel like it, you tell your brain, bring more. And you go down the gym anyway, you hit a session. The session doesn't even feel good. None of it does. But at the end you think, wow, that was powerful. You go to work and you have a productive shift anyway. You get on with it. You smash it. You don't let your brain limit you just because you have some negative thoughts. Your brain tries to get you to be a degenerate in the morning. Watch adult content it's first thing in the morning. Play video games instead of going to the gym or doing that work you should. And that emotion and that want and that temptation is really strong that day because you're feeling a bit tired, a bit weak, but you push past it anyway. That is power. If you consistently, 9 times out of 10 through the week, don't listen to your inner child, your inner wimp, your demons, or if you listen to them but only for the purpose to go in the direction they're trying to pull you away from, that is power, and you will build up this self-respect that never leaves. Because your brain, your subconscious, what did I tell you earlier about trust? It takes time to build up, right? Trust, respect, that is earned. It's a story that your brain creates about you. So if you keep doing these good things, suddenly in a couple of weeks you won't be the guy that always skips the gym, that always touches himself when he shouldn't, the guy that is kind of scared of social interaction. Your brain will say, no, this is the guy that's powerful. Regardless of whether he feels like it or not, he goes to the gym, he does the things, he does the hard work. He doesn't listen to his stupid little brain. That's power. Power comes from within. Power comes from owning your true self. Power comes from the people you surround yourself with. All these things. And power comes from, no matter what the situation is, learning from it, accepting it, and growing from it. Make everything your power source and you will be invincible. I appreciate you, Chief. I'll see you tomorrow. Say less. Do more.